Pioneer fans. Pioneer Varsity Women's Soccer is live and on the air. We are high atop a hallway field, and it is Pioneer Women's Varsity Soccer taking on the Saline Hornets as they two teams taking on each other here early in this season. It is 40 degrees here at Hallway Field. Just another reason why you can tell these young ladies out there much tougher than I am. I am all bundled up at the top of the press box, and they're running around in shorts. Pioneer, as take a look what's happened thus far. They beat Brighton. That was at Brighton on the 31st of March. That was a 2-0 score. Then they played Salem at home on the 24th. That was a 1-1 draw. And then on the 26th, they took on Plymouth, and that was a 1-0 win by Plymouth. So 1 win, 1 loss, 1 draw. Taking a look at the Saline Hornets. They had a couple scrimmages, nothing listed there, but on the 19th of March, they took on New Boston Huron and won that one 4-0. And then they took on Dearborn on the 25th over at Hornet Stadium, and that was a 4-0 win for them there. So early in this season, this is the first SEC action for either one of these two teams. So we're excited to get things going here and get conference play going and see what these two teams can do. We'll step away as they're counting down. We'll turn it over to John in just a few moments, and we'll play a few messages from the MHSAA. You're watching Pioneer Sports, brought to you by Arbor Broadcasting.
Maybe you've seen the videos of the Specialized Sports Parent Support Group, or the kid holding a press conference to announce his retirement from sports. The problem is, they'd be really funny if there wasn't a lot of truth there. Multi-sport participation provides a healthier experience and lifestyle for kids and families. Multi-sport participation is cross-training for life. Learn more at the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Sportsmanship is still relevant in school sports. Good sportsmanship should be a given at our games. It's one of the primary reasons we have school sports to begin with, to help today's young people become tomorrow's community leaders. You can learn more about sportsmanship and download a full kit of sportsmanship ideas from the MHSAA website at mhsaa.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Health concerns in high school sports go beyond physical injuries. The mental well-being of our young people is a hotter topic than ever before. The Michigan High School Athletic Association website has resources to help adults and students recognize potential problems and deal with them in a positive way. You can learn more about these mental health resources on the Health and Safety page of the MHSAA website. A message from the MHSAA promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Why do high school sports really exist? For 99% of the participants, it's the biggest stage they will ever play on, and it provides the most educational value, teaching sportsmanship, ethics, integrity, hard work, and teamwork. It's about playing with local friends against local rivals and creating lifetime relationships. They build community spirit, and they're worthy of your continued support. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Can you go anywhere and find an endeavor in society where we've come to accept and tolerate an adult, and even kids, treating another adult the way we allow spectators, coaches, and players to treat a high school game official? Can you? No one has the right to abuse game officials. So before you blurt something out about that next close call, consider this. Without the officials, nobody wins. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Here are 5 good reasons for high school multi-sport participation. Fewer overuse injuries, less opportunity for emotional burnout, exposure to different kids and coaches, exposure to different roles, and learning to compete better. Being a multi-sport participant can help a kid become a more well-rounded person. Multi-sport participation is cross-training for life. Learn more at the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Again, we're high atop a hallway field here where it is the Michigan women's varsity soccer team taking on taking on Saline. Coming up, the schedule coming up. I was thinking about Huron because on the 9th, Huron will come over at 5:30. That will be a game here at Pioneer. And then on Saturday, Birmingham Seaholm will come to Hallway Field. That will be an 11:30 a.m. game. Then they have a couple away games. On the 14th, they will be at Dexter at 5:30. And the 16th of April, they will be at Monroe at 7 o'clock. Before bringing Skyline here on the 18th at 11:30 here at Hallway Field. I'll turn it over to John here.
Ann Arbor Pioneer High School, its athletics department, and its women's soccer program are pleased to welcome the players, coaches, parents, students, alumni, and fans of the Saline Hornets to today's match against your Ann Arbor Pioneer Pioneers. Let's meet the participants. First, Saline. Number 0, Evie James. Number 1, Kaylee Mitchell. Number 2, Haley Nuremberg. Number 3, Kaylin Stearns. Number 4, Ava Strickler. Number 5, Sadie Walsh. Number 6, Emmy Stearns. Number 7, Riley Provost. Number 8, Nora Walsh. Number 9, Isa Erdangarin. Number 10, Maria Baldwin. Number 11, Rosalind Mills. Number 12, Hallie Harris. Number 13, Tegan Warden. Number 14, Jensen Sweeney. Number 15, Nada Bernicki. Number 16, McKenna Means. Number 17, Amani Collette. Number 18, Lydia Zakowski. Number 19, Hadley Greener. Number 20, Bella Barnes. Number 21, Allie Brickheisen. Number 22, Sophia Sanchez. And number 24, Alexis Alexander. The head coach of the Hornets, Lee Rumbold, assisted by Logan Coleman and Todd Avery. Oh yeah, now your Pioneers, here they are. Number 0, Molly Burke. Number 1, Julian Daly. Number 2, Nicole Fulcher. Number 3, Lizzie Wernemont. Number 4, Marisol Bennett. Number 5, Emerson Marion. Number 6, Lucinda Gubini. Number 7, Sydney Hayden. Number 8, Sophia Ortega. Number 9, Olivia Pritchard. Number 10, Macy Anderson. Number 11, it's Maya Borgsdorf. Number 12, Quincy Bean. Number 13, Millie Sandstrom. Number 14, Ava Fortini. Number 15, Chloe Rink. Number 16, Isabel McEwen. Number 17, Molly McVicker. Number 18, Christina Fortini. Number 19, Bella Shemke. Number 20, Alexis Alkidas. Number 21, Lauren Stanley. And number 99, Riley McDonald. Head coach of Pioneer, Andy Irvine, assisted by Justin Mink and Mark Smith, John Sunderman, Bill Song, and L. Burris. Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you rise at this time. Remove caps for the playing of the national anthem. Thank you.
As we are getting ready to go, did a great job on those announcements. As 40 minutes up on the clock, Pioneer is in their black kits with the numbers in white on the front and on the back. Pioneer black lettering on the front, black shorts and black socks. Saline has their white kits with their numbers in dark blue outlined in yellow on the front and back. Saline in black lettering on the front. They have their dark blue shorts and the white socks. 40 minutes up on the clock. Again, the beginning of SEC play. Two SEC red teams taking on each other. Good crowd here despite the 40-degree temperature. Again, those early spring games are build a lot of character in the stands. The players are tough. They can handle it. That's the women's lacrosse team over on the Main Street field practicing. We should have their game tomorrow at 6 o'clock.
The assistant referees are Stephen Zimbardo and Joshua Hill, and the man in the middle, the referee, Stephen Seward.
Very important to have those officials. You cannot have the games you love without the officials. So if you ever think you can do better, don't complain. Go talk to the MHSAA and join. Pioneer going from right to left here in this opening half. Sling going from left to right. Ball set right in the middle of the center circle. Sandstrom looking to get things going. Appreciate you joining us. By the way, we do have a Roku app. If you have a TV that's Roku enabled, just search Arbor Broadcasting. You can add that. It is absolutely free. No sign-in required. So everyone gets themselves set. Ball back, coming over along the Warnemount has it along the near touchline. Warnemount sends it right over. Now Stanley working away. Back over to Alkitis. Alkitis sends it all the way across down the far touchline as Bennett moves it ahead. That brought back by Ava Fortini trying to get it over to Alkitis. Alkitis moves it over to the near touchline. Here comes Warnemount. Warnemount making her way into the attacking third. That's stopped, and Saline trying to rush the other direction. That's brought ahead by Barnes. That ball all the way into the attacking third, working her way down as that's Zakowski, or excuse me, no, that's Means coming into the 18. Means has that knocked away. Good defense as that chip back and sent all the way outside of the 18. Back over, Danica had it. Sent right back into the defensive third for Pioneer. Sandstrom has it on the far wing. That brought ahead by McDonald. Over center, McDonald trying to feed it into the attacking third. Pulled away. Here comes Saline the other direction. That's sent down the far touchline. Battling it over there is Means. Means trying to send it across as Alkitis gets it going the other direction for Pioneer. Big blast back into the Pioneer defensive third by Saline. Moved over to Warnemount. Warnemount has it on the near wing. Warnemount brings it up the pitch. Warnemount right over center field. Warnemount that's sent over by McDonald. Over to Sandstrom. Sandstrom makes it into the attacking third. Sandstrom battling a pair of defenders. That pulled back by Borgsdorf gets it over to Bennett. Bennett down the far touchline. Bennett has that poked away, dispossessed. Here comes Saline as they try and feed it right over center. Now that chipped ahead over there. Into the attacking third. It's a breakaway as that shot and just wide. As racing down was Barnes. Barnes had it. Good job by Burke to come out and try and cut down the angle, and it just went wide.
Leading corner on the deflected shot by the goalkeeper.
So Burke got just enough to deflect it out. Now that's going to be a corner in the near corner, set up for Saline, first set piece of the game, as Kaylin Strums has it.
Kaylin Stearns with the ball.
Sturms, excuse me. Kaylin Sturms sends it high across, that headed up, and that'll go out the end line. That'll be a goal kick for Pioneer. Burke will get it set up. Burke moves it all the way across to Wernemount on the near wing. Wernemount brings it ahead. Now Stanley trying to work her way past trouble. Wernemount over there battling with Barnes. Barnes trying to get across. That's chipped out of the 18 and rolls over to the far wing. Stop there. Saline trying to bring it ahead. Is that Starnika? Into the 18, a shot, and it just goes wide to the near side. That is going to be a goal kick, but a fantastic scoring opportunity for the Hornets. So again, that looked like that was Means, who has been very active in the attacking third for the Hornets. 36 minutes, 15 seconds left to go here in the first. 0-0 is the score. Borgsdorf coming down the near touchline. Borgsdorf trying to work away past a couple Hornets. Now Stanley has it. Stanley heads towards the center of the pitch. Moves it all the way over to Bennett. Bennett making way up the far wing. Bennett over center. Bennett. And deflected off of a Hornet out. At the Hornet bench, that should be a throw-in on the far touchline for Pioneer. Bennett has it there. Bennett with the throw-in. Borgsdorf has it, trying to work her way past Darnika there. And ball set. As Ava Fortini has it set for the kick. Ava Fortini launches it into the 18. That knocked down. Sandstrom trying to get to it. Still battling over on the near wing and out the end line. And it's going to be a goal kick. So James will get it set up to send it down the field. And good opportunity for Pioneer there. Answering a few fantastic scoring opportunities for Saline early. 34 minutes, 44 seconds, and counting here in the first. James gets it set. James moves it over onto the far wing, then sent ahead. Ava Fortini trying to get to it, that out the far touchline. And it's going to be a throw-in by Saline. Brought back over. McEwen has it. McEwen sends it back. Then grabbed and moved over by Burke. Wernemount keeping it from going out the near touchline. Wernemount heading up the pitch. Wernemount moves it over center and knocked away from Borgsdorf. Sent the other direction. Stopped there by Alkitis. Alkitis moves it back. Picked up back over there by Shemke. Shemke rolls it all the way over to Bennett. Bennett up the far side of the pitch. Bennett arcs it ahead. That tip knocked down over onto the near side of the pitch. Racing over to get it is Stanley. Stanley coming up the near touchline. Stanley working her way down, looking for a cross. Stanley right on the end line. Sends a cross. That knocked back. And Saline launches it all the way back. That tip back over there by Collette. But grabbed by Alkitis. Alkitis with a cross. Knocked down and fired by Sandstrom with a little bicycle kick action, but that went just a little high. All the way back to the locker rooms. James will go get that, and that'll be a goal kick for Saline. So we approach the 33-minute mark here in the first, still scoreless from Hallway Field. James gets it set for the kick. It's a little room to work. Puts her right foot into it as that arcs down the pitch. Headed back into the middle third. That ball now grabbed by Pioneer. Tipped high by Saline. Racing over trying to get to that. Popped up. Alcides trying to get to it. Now that pulled the other direction. Here comes Collette. Collette moves it back into the Pioneer defensive third. Burke has it. Burke gets it over to Warnemount. Over on the near wing. Warnemount into the middle third. Moves that to Stanley right at the center at the center stripe. That moved down over to Warnemount. Warnemount racing down the near touchline. Warnemount feeds it to the center of the pitch. That grabbed by Saline and volleyed all the way down. Knocked down. Saline turning. That'll roll all the way back as Burke will send it right over on the near wing to McEwen. McEwen up over, but that went out the near touchline. That'll be a throw-in for the Hornets. Neuberg gets it in, that over to Alexander. Alexander trying to work through some traffic. Neuberg moves it across. Sent all the way down onto the far touchline. Work away over. That was Caleb Strums. Burke has it in the 18. Burke arcs it towards the center of the pitch. Knocked down over by Bennett. Bennett moves up the far wing. Bennett. And ball battle for it over onto the far wing. Knocked down, chipped ahead over there by Means. That ball over onto the far touchline. Shemke trying to knock that away, goes out the far touchline. That is going to be a throw-in on that far touchline by Saline. That's going to be Caleb Sturms with the throw-in. Ball down into the 18 on the edge there as Burke grabs it right by the far post. Burke. She'll send that down the pitch. It's right towards the center line. As Stanley trying to feed it ahead. That over to Warnemount and just out of her reach. That'll be a throw-in by Saline. Neuberg. Battle for it, trying to knock that away is Barnes. That gets volleyed right back on this lean side of the middle third. Here comes Borgsdorf. Borgsdorf sends it all the way along the far wing. Bennett has it there. Bennett races up the pitch, down the far touchline. Bennett trying to get around Collette. That will go out the far touchline. That will be a Saline throw-in. Kaylin Sturms looks like she's going to get that. She'll handle the throw-in. Under 30 minutes left here in the first. It's 29 minutes and 25 seconds. Kaylin Sturms with the throw-in. Battle on that far touchline. Barnes trying to feed it ahead. Still battling. Ava Fortini trying to get to it. It's Bennett that moved it down. Borgsdorf trying to feed it. That knocked all the way across. Trying to get to Stanley. Knocked down. As McDonald trying to pull that away. And that sent the other direction by Saline. I think that was Nora Walsh, but hard to see the number there. It just got a little. Yep, that's Nora Walsh. You had that. High arcing kick towards center. Headed up and moved over by Barnes. Still battling over there. Alexander pulling it away. Alcides knocked over to Stanley. Stanley up the near wing. Stanley has that deflected. That'll go out the near touchline. That will stay Pioneers' ball. Warnemount with the throw-in on the near touchline. Warnemount arcing it over. That play back. Alcides trying to work her way through a trio of Saline defenders. That's sent right back into the middle third. Moved over. McEwen down the near touchline for Warnemount. Warnemount into the attacking third. Over to Borgsdorf. Borgsdorf trying to get it back. That tipped away. That's going to be off of Saline. So throwing on the near touchline for Pioneers. Warnemount trying to get it back. That grab by Sandstrom. Poked back and out the near touchline. And Warnemount over to Borgsdorf. Borgsdorf trying to keep possession. Back over to Warnemount. Warnemount doing a good job to avoid Barnes. She's active over on that on that near side. Wernemout. Again, another throw it. Ava Fortini trying to get to it. That fed ahead. Here comes Barnes into the middle third. That right over center. Pop back, and that'll go out the near touchline. That'll be a throw in for Saline. Norberg with the throw it. Now Wernemout trying to get to that. Means had it. A knockdown. Trying to bring it ahead was Darnica. And slipped ahead by Colette. Knocked the other way by Pioneer. Borgsdorf has it right at the blockades. Pops it up high. Trying to get to it. McDonald. McDonald trying to move around. Caleb Sturms. Saline possesses it. Good job to knock it down by McEwen. McEwen feeds ahead to Ava Fortini. Ava Fortini coming on the near side of the pitch. Trying to move it ahead for Stanley. Poke back off of Stanley. Grabbed by Sandstrom over to Stanley on the near side of 18. There's a cross knocked away by the Hornets. Fire back. Borgsdorf has it. Trying to, and that out the end line. That's going to be a corner for Pioneer as James dove and knocked it away. Looks like Borgsdorf is going to take the corner. So that'll be in the near corner.
Borgsdorf has the ball and will take the corner.
26:02 left to go here in the first. Borgsdorf, right foot into it, arcing all the way across. That headed by Saline. Come all the way down onto the far wing, sent back by Alkitis. And Bennett trying to move it ahead. Battling back over there is Nora Walsh. Is that lifted? Shem Key trying to pull that down. That moved all the way back over to Burke. Burke has it in her own defensive third, deep in her own defensive third. She lifts it over to Wernemout. Wernemout plays it off of a bounce. Wernemout up the near wing. Wernemout moving it ahead. Grabbed by Sandstrom. Sandstrom trying to get past, but Harris with solid defense. Here comes Borgsdorf. Borgsdorf trying to move it over to Stanley on the near side of the 18. That fired across and tipped up high by James. That is going to be another corner for Pioneer.
Corner, Pioneer.
At the 25-minute mark in the first, scoreless between these two teams. Saline had some good opportunities early. Pioneer has carried the momentum of late. Borgsdorf will have it. That'll be kicked in the near from the near corner.
Once again, Maya Borgsdorf will serve.
So Borgsdorf gets it set. Raises her hand, right foot into it, arcs it across, and knocked down and out the end line.
That's a redo.
That's going to be another corner for Pioneers. Borgsdorf goes and tracks down the ball. Went into the lacrosse goal, but that doesn't count today. Tomorrow it will. So we'll have Pioneer Women's Lacrosse tomorrow at 6 p.m.
Ava Fortini serving now.
So Ava Fortini now raises her hand. Right foot into it as X arced across. Headed up by Saline. Moving over, Wernemout has it. Wernemout down onto the near wing. Ava Fortini trying to arc it across. And knocked down and fired all the way back. Good defense back there by the Saline center back. Come all the way down onto the far wing. Alkitis trying to get to it, but that out the far touchline. That'll be a throw-in for Saline. It looks like that's Kaylin Sturms with the throw-in on the far touchline. Trying to get it over to Nora Walsh. Borgsdorf trying to move it back. That into the 18. Plucked up over there by James. James letting everyone get up the pitch as she motions for everyone to get a little further out. James kicks it. One hop. Right to center, knocked down. Popped up high by Pioneer. Headed back the other direction by Saline. Trying to get to it over there was Means. Moved over as good job by Nora Walsh to move it over onto the near wing. McEwen has it. McEwen moving it over to Burke. Burke kicks it. Gets it out of the defensive third, right into the middle third. Moved over now. Stanley has it. Stanley heads towards the center of the pitch. Stanley gets it all the way across. Bennett has it there. Bennett firing. Sandstrom trying to move it over as Bennett has that knocked away. Here comes the Hornets. Now Shemke will pop it back. Knocked down over there by Colette. Away by Ava Fortini. She launches it down the far touchline. Back over, gathered up by the defense for Saline. That'll go out the far touchline. Throw in by Pioneer. Bennett with the throw-in on the far touchline. Sandstrom trying to get to it. That'll go out. Warden battling off of Pioneer. That'll be a throw-in for Saline on the far touchline. Is coming in for Saline is Greener. I did not see who went out. That looks like that's going to be Colette who went out. Greener comes in for the Hornets.
Hadley Greener, number 19, now in for Saline.
Launch, Borgsdorf heads it back. Ava Fortini has it back in the middle third as she's pulled off the ball. Heading towards the center of the pitch. Ava Fortini knocking it away. Over to Stanley. Stanley heads towards the center. Stanley feeds it down onto the near wing and just out of the reach of Ava Fortini. That is going to end up a goal kick, I believe. It is a goal kick for Saline. James has it. James gets it set. Steps back, gets a little room to work as we approach the 20-minute mark here in the first. That ball arced down on the near side, knocked down by Borgsdorf. Popped up as Nora Walsh, weaving through traffic, feeds it ahead, knocked down, popped back by Pioneer. Grabbed by Harris. It'll come all the way down to Greener. Greener on the near touchline. Greener trying to move around Wernemout, that out the near touchline. That'll be a throw-in. As Neuerberg has it on the near touchline. Knocked down by Means. McEwen feeds it right back towards the middle third. Now sent all the way across by Darnica. Saline racing down the far side of the pitch. Means moves it back. Now over on the far touchline. Caitlin Sturms right into the 18. And McDonald trying to get to it. Saline controls. And fed down the far touchline. Trying to pull that away was Bennett. Shemke blasts it. Now Borgsdorf moves it down onto the far touchline. Over to Sandstrom. Sandstrom is dispossessed. That'll go out right in front of the Pioneer bench. Bennett has it. Looking for a quick throw in. Looks like a substitution coming in for Pioneer. As Marion comes in, Wernemout goes out. 18:40 left to go here in the first. Scoreless game so far.
Now in the game for Pioneer, number 5, Emerson Marion.
Stanley has it. Feeds all the way back into the 18, plucked up there by James. James.
Also in for Pioneer, number 7, Signe Hayden.
So Hayden also in for Pioneer. Ball right over the blockades. Volleyed the other direction by Pioneer. Now Shemke cuts the near side. Over to Alkitis. Now Borgsdorf has it to Stanley. Stanley trying to get back to Borgsdorf. That's sent ahead. Here comes Borgsdorf racing down. Near side of the 18. Borgsdorf coming in. Shot there. And a save. What a save by James. Taking opportunity away from Pioneer, keeping it 0-0 on the scoreboard. That ball lifted high but short, just inside the middle third. Stanley has it on the near touchline. That fed ahead by Saline. Battle there as Marion trying to get to it. Alkitis battling back over there with Greener. Greener trying to pull that back. That is going to be Saline with the throw-in. Neuerberg. Ball fed ahead by Means. Backed over. Marion has it on the near wing. Marion back over to Burke. Burke in the 18. Burke puts her right foot into it. That headed back the other direction by Darnica. Played down by Marion. Marion again moves it back over to Burke. Burke has it. Burke over to McEwen. McEwen coming up the near side of the pitch. McEwen over to Marion. Marion on the near touchline, and that ball just rolls out. That'll be a throw-in for Saline. Neuerberg has it on the near touchline as a substitution coming in for Saline. That is going to be Colette back in for Saline. 16:20 left to go here in the first. Greener on the near touchline. Back over to Neuerberg. Moving it across. Stanley trying to knock it away. Stanley battling back over there with Darnica. That's going to be a kick for Saline. Darnica has it inside the attacking third. Good opportunity here for Saline as we're under the 16-minute mark. Caleb Sturms heads into the 18 there. Everyone set, hand raised, right foot into it by Donica. Knocked back, now lifted up high over there by Provost. Moved over, Ava Fortini trying to get to it, but that's sent high and out by Kaylin Sturms. That's going to be a goal kick by Burke. 0-0 is our score as we hit the 15-minute mark here in the first. Ball brought ahead down the far wing by Shemke. Trying to move it over to Sandstrom. Sandstrom over to Borgsdorf. That down the far touchline. Now rocketed the other direction by Saline. Played Nora Walsh trying to move it over. Now Hayden gets it to Ava Fortini. Over center. Ava Fortini trying to get to Sandstrom. That poked away by Harris. Lifted the other direction. Headed up down there by Means. Ball controlled by the Hornets. That ball moved back over, lifted high down the far touchline. Means has it there in the attacking third. Means trying to make her way around. Ava Fortini knocking that away. Here comes Sandstrom trying to get it back over. That pulled back the other direction by Darnica. Darnica into the attacking third. That over onto the far touchline. A slip there. Trying to knock it away was Hayden. Now grabbing it. Alkitis. Over to Borgsdorf. Borgsdorf in the middle third. Gets it over on the far touchline. And rocketed right off of Neuerberg. And that ball down. Sandstrom trying to get to it. Race is over. And that goes out the far touchline off of Pioneer. That will be a throw-in by Saline. That looks like that's going to be Neuerberg on that far touchline. Saline controls, moving it into the middle third, knocked down by Alkitis. Battling, that lifted all the way by Darnica. Right to center, and they'll go out the near touchline. That'll be a throw-in by Saline. Kaylin Sturms on the near touchline. Knocked back by McEwen. Headed up by Sandstrom, but then sent the other direction by Saline. Playing it down there, Harris. Now Borgsdorf trying to get to it with a little nutmeg. Borgsdorf feeding it down. Nora Walsh knocking it away. Here comes Saline through the middle third. As controlling that ball is Colette. Colette moves it onto the far side of the pitch. Race over. That launched all the way back in a foot race, trying to get to it. Go out the near touchline. That should be a throw-in for Pioneer. No. Popped up high. Battle for it on the near touchline. That right off of Greener. That'll be a throw-in for Pioneer. That couldn't have felt good. Marion moved it over. Now here comes Alkitis. Controlling. As that flipped over there by Beam. Hayden trying to get to it on that far touchline. Fed all the way across by Barnes for Saline. Here comes Nora Walsh. Gets it ahead to Colette. Colette trying to feed it back, but pulling it away is McEwen. McEwen gets it back to Burke in their own 18. Under 12 minutes left to go here in the first. Still scoreless between these two squads. Controlled by Harris. Harris moves it down onto the near touchline. That'll go out the near touchline. That'll be a throw-in for Pioneers. Marion goes to get to it. All set on the near touchline, Marion. Lifts it high. Borgsdorf heads it. Played down over there by Colette. Still battling. Greener has it on the near touchline. Knocked away by Marion. She's dispossessed. Now here comes Alkitis. Alkitis moves it right to the blockades. Beam has it there. Beam trying to feed it through traffic. Harris knocks it down the other direction. Here comes Nora Walsh. Nora Walsh over the blockades. Nora Walsh trying to keep it. Avoid pressure by Ava Fortini. Moves it ahead to Means. Means rocking it down, and that will go into the 18, right to the end line. Stopped there by Burke for Pioneer. 10 minutes, 35 seconds left to go here in the first. Still scoreless. The ball tipped over. Moved back as Burke has it. Burke feeds it over to McEwen. McEwen coming up the near side of the pitch, trying to get to Stanley. That knocked away. Alkitis gets it. That popped up high. Beam trying to move it over. Sent ahead. Hayden has that ball knocked away. As going the other direction is Barnes. Lofted. Headed back right into the middle third by Saline. As Neuberg had it. Borgsdorf ahead to Stanley. Stanley trying to avoid pressure back there by Caleb Sturms. Sent right down the far touchline by Colette. Colette has it on the far touchline. Colette trying to launch it ahead. Shemke races back to get to it. Shemke lets it go out the far touchline. 9:30 left to go here in the first, and scoreless first. Throw in by Pioneer on that far touchline.
Substitutions for both teams. Number 14 for Saline, Jensen Sweeney.
Sweeney in for
Saline. And number 15 for Pioneer, Chloe Rink.
So Rink, the sophomore, comes in for Pioneer. Excuse me, junior. Ball moved over, controlled by Saline. Nora Walsh sends it, and that lifted back into the attacking third for Saline. Into the 18, Burke grabs it, collision there, but able to hold on. There's battle there with Greener. Burke waiting for everyone to move up the pitch. Burke, right foot into it, high arcing kick. Headed back there by Darnica. Moved over onto the near wing and out the near touchline. Throw in there by Saline. Kaylin Sturms with the throw in. Popped up high by McEwen. Borgsdorf trying to move it ahead, but that played back by Darnica. Centering attempt knocked away by Alkitis. Now McEwen moves it across. Shemke racing up the far wing. Shemke trying to avoid pressure by Means. Over the middle of the pitch, played down. Borgsdorf trying to move it ahead. Now racing with it. Shemke trying to move it over. That popped right back into the middle third. Ava Fortini heads it back over to McEwen. McEwen launching it. Stanley has it. Stanley turning. Moving it across. Here comes Borgsdorf. Knocked away. Back over. Alkitis trying to move it down the far wing. Now Shemke firing it back towards over to Rink. Rink had it, that knocked away. Means moves it back over to Nora Walsh. Nora Walsh trying to feed it ahead. Good job by McEwen to intercept that pass. McEwen rifles it down onto the far side of the pitch. Pioneer brings it up the field. Borgsdorf moves it over to Rink. Rink sending it down that out the far touchline. Throw it by the Hornets on that far touchline. Still scoreless here. 7 minutes left to go in the first. Hayden controls, trying to move it over to Borgsdorf. Battle for it. Graham trying to move it across his Rink. Rink in a battle there. Players end up hitting the pitch. And it's going to be a kick for Saline. Harris will move it back. Harris gets it set for the kick. Harris puts her right foot into it, rolls it across. And sent the other direction, sent over to Harris, so that was Warden. Warden has it. Warden lifts it all the way over to Caleb Sturms. Caleb Sturms on the near touchline, trying to work her way away from Stanley. That out the touchline. That's going to be a Pioneer throw-in. Marion with the throw-in on the near touchline. Launches it into the attacking third. Headed up by Rink. Borgsdorf back to Rink. Rink launches it high. Played down over there as that goes to the end line. Now rocketed right back to Kalen Sturms. Go out the near touchline.
Lead substitution. Number 24, Alexis Alexander.
Alexander in for Saline. Means goes out for Alexander. Throwing on the near touchline, lifted up. Played down by Borgsdorf. Borgsdorf heading towards the center of the pitch, trying to get it over to Rink. And blasted back right towards center by Saline. Shemke has it there, trying to avoid Alexander. Move back to McEwen. McEwen rolls it ahead. Now, that moved across to Marion. Marion over to Stanley. Stanley in the 18, trying to get across and couldn't get everything on it. That lifted the other direction by Saline, and that'll go out the near touchline. Just on the Saline side of center, McEwen gets it over to Marion. Marion with the throw-in for Pioneer. 4:25 left to go here in a scoreless first. Shemke just shy of center, right over the blockade. Shemke launches it. Headed back by Saline. Nora Walsh has it. Gets it rolled over, knocked away from Darnica. Controlled. Alkitis gets it over to Borgsdorf. Borgsdorf centered up, fires it, trying to get it into the 18. That deflected and smothered by James in the 18. Under 4 minutes left to go in a scoreless first. James moves to the edge of the 18. James arcs it high, right towards the blockades, moved over onto the near wing, and that'll go out the near wing. Throw in by Saline. Kalen Sturms with the throw in on the near wing. Tipped away by McEwen, but that'll go right back out the near touchline. Kalen Sturms again with the throw in on the near touchline. Just outside of the attacking third with 3:18 left to go here in the first. That ball tipped down. Battle Greener trying to get to it. Marion has it on the near touchline. Moves it back. McEwen trying to feed it ahead. Over to Stanley. Stanley back over to Borgsdorf. Borgsdorf back to Stanley on the near touchline. Stanley racing ahead with it. Stanley has Rink to her left. Stanley moves it over to Rink. Rink just outside the 18. Rink right on the end line. Stopping it. Rink able to keep it in. Moves it back over to Stanley into the 18. Stanley with the cross. Knocked down. Trying to get to it as Beam, but gobbled up by James. 2:40 left to go here in the first. No score so far between either of these two teams. James boots it away. Borgsdorf trying to get to it. That bounces over. Grabbed by Colette. Controlled by Saline. Over to Nora Walsh. Trying to feed it down the far wing, but Shemke blasts it the other direction. Rink has it. Rink trying to put it down the far touchline, but that's stolen away by the Hornets. Slip back over to Nora Walsh. Nora Walsh has it knocked away by Borgsdorf, but she moves it ahead. Trying to get it over to Barnes. Barnes trying to work her way back to Nora Walsh. Sent the other direction. Here comes Borgsdorf. Borgsdorf over to Stanley into the attacking third. Stanley back over. Trying to fire it, and that grabbed in the 18 by James. Good job by Rink keeping herself onside as notice exactly where the defenders were. 1 minute, 30 seconds left to go here in the first. In a cool day, 40 degrees at Hallway Field. Hayden with a quick throw in on the far touchline for Pioneer, but that rocketed the other direction, arced out of bounds, out the far touchline. Hayden has on that far touchline. Hayden played down by Borgsdorf. She pops it up. Tip back, but now that blasted back over by Darnica.
1 minute.
1 minute left here in a scoreless first. Throw in by Sweeney. Right at center. Popped away, out the far touchline. Throw in by Hayden. Hayden headed right out the far touchline. Excuse me, no, able to keep it in. Now Ava Fortini had it, that knocked away by Provost. That'll roll back. Rink trying to get to it as she was in a battle there with Sweeney. That'll be a throw in by Saline. 20 seconds left to go here in the first. Sweeney throws it in. Played down. Rink trying to get to it.
10.
That'll go out.
9,
That'll be a throw in by Saline.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And that will do it for the first. At the end of one, it is scoreless so far, 0-0 between these two teams. We will head to halftime. We'll play a few messages from the MHSA and be back for your second half action. You're watching Pioneer Women's Varsity Soccer, brought to you by Arbor Broadcasting.
Maybe you've seen the videos of the specialized sports parent support group, or the kid holding a press conference to announce his retirement from sports. The problem is, they'd be really funny if there wasn't a lot of truth there. Multi-sport participation provides a healthier experience and lifestyle for kids and families. Multi-sport participation is cross-training for life. Learn more at the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Sportsmanship is still relevant in school sports. Good sportsmanship should be a given at our games. It's one of the primary reasons we have school sports to begin with, to help today's young people become tomorrow's community leaders. You can learn more about sportsmanship and download a full kit of sportsmanship ideas from the MHSAA website at mhsaa.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Health concerns in high school sports go beyond physical injuries. The mental well-being of our young people is a hotter topic than ever before. The Michigan High School Athletic Association website has resources to help adults and students recognize potential problems and deal with them in a positive way. You can learn more about these mental health resources on the Health and Safety page of the MHSAA website. A message from the MHSAA, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Why do high school sports really exist? For 99% of the participants, it's the biggest stage they will ever play on, and it provides the most educational value, teaching sportsmanship, ethics, integrity, hard work, and teamwork. It's about playing with local friends against local rivals and creating lifetime relationships. They build community spirit, and they're worthy of your continued support. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Can you go anywhere and find an endeavor in society where we've come to accept and tolerate an adult, and even kids, treating another adult the way we allow spectators, coaches, and players to treat a high school game official? Can you? No one has the right to abuse game officials. So before you blurt something out about that next close call, consider this. Without the officials, nobody wins. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Here are 5 good reasons for high school multi-sport participation. Fewer overuse injuries, less opportunity for emotional burnout, exposure to different kids and coaches, exposure to different roles, and learning to compete better. Being a multi-sport participant can help a kid become a more well-rounded person. Multi-sport participation is cross-training for life. Learn more at the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
If you're a recent high school or college graduate and still have a passion for the games you played in school, still remember the thrill of putting on the uniform, why don't you help us out and become a registered high school game official? Get out there and give something back to our kids. Visit the MHSA website for more information. There's help wanted, just whistle. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Integrity, commitment, love of the game. These traits describe the people high school sporting events can't start without. The officials. They're out there every day giving back to our kids. Let's give them the respect they deserve. Better yet, why don't you become one? Visit the MHSAA website for more information. There's help wanted, just whistle. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Where can you find good information on all kinds of topics related to the well-being of our student athletes? Check out the health and safety page of the MHSAA website. Learn about multi-sport participation, heat and hydration, cardiovascular resources, as well as insurance benefits available for our students. It's all on the health and safety page of MHSAA.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
You're hearing it. The message is getting through to parents. Multi-sport athletes get injured less. Multi-sport athletes become better in their primary sport in the long run. And even though it's not why we play our games, multi-sport athletes are now getting recruited more than specialized athletes. Multi-sport participation is cross-training for life. Learn more at the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
You have to wonder sometimes how folks in the stands, so far removed from the action and who have probably never had any training, actually think they can see the play and apply the rules better than the officials assigned to a game. If you're that good, please register immediately at MHSAA.com. We need more officials on the playing surface and fewer in the stands. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Think of a high school game as a 4-lane highway. Coaches, players, officials, and spectators, each with their own lane. Sportsmanship depends on everyone not crossing over the line. Fans keep it between the lines when they cheer positively for their team. So don't cause an accident. Stay in your lane and let the coaches, players, and officials do their jobs. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. The Michigan Power Ratings will be used this year in soccer, basketball, and boys lacrosse to seed the district tournament in those sports, and you can follow along. Visit your school's page on the MHSAA website to see how your team is faring, and you can look at statewide lists as well. And if you see your team is missing a score, submit it. Learn more about the Michigan Power Rankings at MHSAA.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Have we gotten to the point where at some high school game that an official has finally had enough from coaches, players, and adults, pulls off the whistle, and offers it to you? Let's hope not. There's no way you could do a better job. It's on everyone to promote good sportsmanship. So before you blurt something out about that next close call, consider this. Without the officials, nobody wins. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Health concerns in high school sports go beyond physical injuries. The mental well-being of our young people is a hotter topic than ever before. The Michigan High School Athletic Association website has resources to help adults and students recognize potential problems and deal with them in a positive way. You can learn more about these mental health resources on the Health and Safety page of the MHSAA website. A message from the MHSAA promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
As coming out of halftime, again, it's still scoreless this time. Saline will be going from right to left, Pioneer left to right here in the second half. It's like Means set up on the blockades to get things going for the Hornets. Pioneer breaks the huddle and heads out onto the pitch. It's dropped down to 39 degrees now as the sun kind of disappearing behind the press box. The shadows encroaching on those blockades right at center. Lots of wonderful, hardy fans and really tough players out there. Ball played back, sent across by Darnica. And trying to move it across. Nora Walsh had it. And Saline comes ahead, and that out. The end line. That is going to be a corner for Saline, so Saline earns themselves a set piece early here in the second. As that looks like that's going to be 15 Darnica, who's going to take the corner.
Now Darnica with the ball.
She gets set. Left hand raised. Right foot into it, arcs up, into the 18. That headed up and out. The end line, that'll be a goal kick for Pioneer. 39 minutes left here. 0-0 game here in the second. Burke brings the ball over, ready for the goal kick. Burke moves it onto the near wing and brought ahead. Poked back over, Means trying to get to it now. Bennett gets it back as Shemke moves it down right to the blockades. Sent the other direction by Saline. Brought ahead. Here comes Stanley. Stanley coming down the far wing, trying to move it over to Sandstrom. Sandstrom trying to get around Neuerberg. Moves it into the 18. That knocked away, chipped up high by Warden. That'll go out the far touchline. No, it won't. They save it right in. Saline doing a good job to keep it in. That ricocheted off a Pioneer player. And now it'll go out the far touchline. Originally they had said Pioneer, but now they changed their mind. That's going to be a Saline throw-in. Ball played down. As that moved across by Barnes. Barnes gets it into the middle third. Bennett steals it away, coming the other direction. Bennett trying to get it across. That knocked away by Alexander, and Darnica gets called for a foul. She can't believe it, but that's going to be a kick in a very advantageous position for Pioneer. 10 yards into the attacking third. Zava Fortini gets it set. Four-person wall for Saline. Right on the edge of the 18, Fortini. Right foot arcs it over and in, and Fortini scores! Pioneer takes the lead 1-0 on a beautiful shot by Fortini. James reaching out to get to it, but just couldn't grab it, and Pioneer is in the lead. So Means moves it back over to Darnica. Darnica all the way across. Pioneer up 1-0. That moved ahead by Neuerberg. Chip down the far touchline. Pioneer trying to knock that away. McEwen has it. McEwen back into the middle third. Now moved back over to Burke in the 18. Burke gets it on that far wing. McEwen moves it sharply ahead to Borgsdorf. Borgsdorf over to Sandstrom. That chipped off of her foot. Sandstrom on the far touchline. Sandstrom has that knocked away by Saline, as that was knocked away by Harris. Now Nora Walsh moved it over. Grab, picked up as Hayden trying to work a way around. Hayden back there battling with Colette. Hayden rolls it right to center. Stanley trying to get to it. That pulled away by Neuberg. Moved back and fired ahead by Greener. On the far touchline. Right over center. Saline controls. Warnemout with the throw in on the far touchline. Warnemout over to Borgsdorf. Borgsdorf chips it ahead. That played down by Neuberg. Out the far touchline. That'll be a throw in for Pioneer. 35 minutes, 32 seconds left to go here in the second. 1-0 Pioneer with the lead. Scoreboard. Goal. Ball back. Move down. Now a collision. Here comes Nora Walsh. Nora Walsh gets it over. McDonald steals it away. McDonald cuts to her left. Over as Alkitis had it. Rolled and out the end line. James has it set. James rolls it over. That blasted back by Harris. Knocked the other direction by Pioneer. Grab trying to pull that away was Alkitis. Now Hayden has it. Hayden moves it back to her defense. Sharply over to Borgsdorf. On the near touchline. Hayden, and that goes out the near touchline. Just lost her balance. Chipped up over there by Kaylin Sturms. Play back. Sandstrom across. Stanley trying to move it back to Sandstrom into the 18. Sandstrom looking for a cross. Battled, and Harris takes it away. Harris getting around Alkitis. And all the way down the far touchline, now gathered up by Pioneer, over to Ava Fortini. Ava Fortini moves it back over to McEwen. McEwen ahead to Warnemout. Warnemout to Stanley. Stanley back into the middle third. Stanley over to Ava Fortini. Ava Fortini up the center of the pitch into the attacking third. Ava Fortini down the near wing over to Bennett. Bennett trying to make it into the 18. She heads back up the pitch. Bennett has that poked away. That'll go. Oh, ooh, saves it in as Bennett. Nope, that'll be out, and that is going to be a throw-in for Saline. Lifted up high as Kaylin Sturms gets it in. Popped up. Sandstrom playing it off the body. Sandstrom moves it across. Now here comes Alkitis. Alkitis fires it, and that knocked out by James. That's going to be a corner for Pioneer.
Pioneer corner.
As Ava Fortini goes to get the ball and take the corner with 32 minutes and 30 seconds left to go here in the second. 1-0 Pioneer with the lead. A great SEC red battle between these two squads.
Ava Fortini will inbound.
Saline trying to get to 3-0. Pioneer trying to get to 2-1-1. Right hand raised. That arced all the way across the 18 and fired back. Warnemout has it on the edge of the attacking third. Gets it over to Ava Fortini. Poke back away. Ava Fortini controls. Trying to get past the defense. As that's sent over by Neuberg out the far touchline. Looks like it deflected off of, well, they got a couple players down. As a Saline player down holding her knee. And a Pioneer player down, looks like she's just tying her shoe. But injured Saline player. As we really appreciate the trainers taking care of all these wonderful, amazing athletes. You just don't want to see any of these fantastic athletes injured. So we'll let the trainers work. We'll step away. Quick message from the MHSAA.
Sportsmanship is still relevant in school sports. Good sportsmanship should be a given at our games. It's one of the primary reasons we have school sports to begin with, to help today's young people become tomorrow's community leaders. You can learn more about sportsmanship and download a full kit of sportsmanship ideas from the MHSAA website at mhsaa.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Darnica is helped off of the pitch. We hope she'll be all right, as she doesn't seem to be put a lot of weight on that knee. So we'll really hope that the trainers can help her bounce back quickly. We just don't want to see any of these fantastic athletes injured. 31 minutes, 44 seconds left to go here in the second. 1-0 Pioneer with the lead, as they're slowly getting her over to her own bench, being gentle, making sure they don't cause any more damage. Again, we're keeping our fingers crossed there for Darnica. She is not putting any weight on that leg. Warnemount goes to get the ball. Warnemount with the throw-in. There's the whistle, throwing over to Borgsdorf, back to Warnemount. Warnemount knocked up the pitch. Grabbed by Means. Means trying to get around Shemke. Means rockets it down the far touchline. McEwen has it. McEwen gets it back over to Burke in the 18. Burke has it for Pioneer. Pressure coming. Burke blasts it down the pitch. Played down. Nora Walsh has it. Nora Walsh gets it over to Colette. Snap ball. Pioneer trying to bring it up the pitch. Rocketed all the way across. Grabbed by Ava Fortini. Ava Fortini right over the blockades. Hayden racing back to get to it. Caleb Sturms has it. Gets it back over to James. James blasting it as that into the middle third. Grab, playing it ahead is Greener. Greener has that poked by Hayden. Go out the near touchline. Throw in for Saline. Kaylin Sturms with the throw-in. Means trying to move it ahead. And ball all the way down. Greener with a cross that goes out the end line. That's going to be a corner for Saline. 30 minutes, 25 seconds left to go, as it looks like that's going to be Kaylin Sturms taking the corner. Kaylin Sturms ready, raises both hands, right foot all the way across, knocked back. Here comes Ava Fortini, but that brought ahead Ava Fortini. It's going to get moved back, and that is going to be a goal kick for Pioneer. Ball moved over onto the near wing. Blasted ahead into the middle third. Nora Walsh knocks it down. And moved back over to Warden. Nora Walsh with it, trying to feed it through traffic over to Colette. Colette trying to get it back, knocked down. That fed over to McEwen. McEwen trying to bring it. Now Stanley gets it over to Alkitis. Alkitis over to Ava Fortini. Ava Fortini trying to get it to McDonald, but that knocked away. Borsdorf trying to move it as that sent all the way down the pitch. Racing back to get it is McDonald, and that sent out the near touchline. That'll be a throw-in deep in the attacking third for Pioneer. McDonald will leave it for Hayden there. 28:50 left to go here in the second. 1-0 or 1-0. Pioneer with the lead. Alkitis had it. That knocked away by the Saline defense. Now Borgsdorf trying to work her way around Alexander. McDonald has it, and that knocked out. That's going to be a corner for Pioneer as Kalen Sturms knocks it out the end line. Ava Fortini to take the corner for Pioneer. Ava Fortini has it set for the set piece. Raises her right hand. Blasted across. Played down by Nora Walsh. But now here comes Hayden, who fires it that out the end line. That'll be a goal kick for Saline. Substitutions coming in for Pioneer. Marion in for Pioneer as well as Anderson. And in for Saline is Sweeney.
Jensen Sweeney, number 14, now in for the Hornets for the Pioneer.
Jones moves
Number
it
5,
over.
Anderson Marion, and number 10, Macy Anderson.
Ball played over as Greener trying to move it ahead. Now that over, Sweeney had it. McDonald steals it away. McDonald gets it over. Alkitis has her pocket picked, and it heads the other direction by Saline. Blasted ahead all the way back into the defensive third. Burke lifts it the other direction. Right over Ava Fortini's head, moved down. Now controlled as Kalen Sturms moves it back over to Sweeney. And ball controlled by Harris. Harris blasted down the far touchline. Anderson gets in the way. Anderson trying to keep it in the far touchline, but that will be a throw-in by Saline right at the center stripe. Deflected out again. Saline with another throw in. Anderson trying to get it away from Barnes. Now Pioneer heads the other direction, but out the far touchline. Again, Neuerberg with the throw in on the far touchline. Played down, fed ahead. Controlled by Borgsdorf. Borgsdorf slips that over to Stanley. Stanley over to Ava Fortini. Ava Fortini has that kicked right off of her body. Played down. Coming ahead with it is McDonald. McDonald trying to get it over. Grabbed by Marion, but that knocked away. That'll be a throw-in by Pioneer. Marion on the near touchline in the attacking third. Sandstrom trying to move it over. Sandstrom right on the edge of the 18. And blasted out the near touchline. That's going to be Saline's ball. They'll have a throw-in on the near touchline. Is that thrown in by Sweeney? Battle for it is McDonald trying to knock that away, and a whistle that is going to be a foul and a kick by Pioneer. 25 minutes, 22 seconds left to go here in the second. Pioneer would love to get a security goal here. Saline wants to tie this game up and get it equal. Ava Fortini, right foot into it, into the 18. Knocked down, popped over. Borgsdorf trying to get to it. Now Ava Fortini on the near touchline trying to get it away from Sweeney. Or excuse me, that's Greener. Greener battling that ball. Sandstrom trying to get a kick away at the top of the 18. Now Borgsdorf has it. Borgsdorf, that knocked away. Sent ahead to Greener. Greener on the near touchline. Greener trying to avoid pressure by McDonald from behind. Greener brings it up, but it went out the near touchline. Throw-in by Pioneer just on the edge of the attacking third. Or no, they'll have it back in the middle third, forgive me. Marion with the throw-in. Arced ahead, Sandstrom has it. Knocked by Sweeney, back the other direction. Here comes Means. Means on the near side of the pitch. Means arcs it ahead. Nora Walsh trying to get to it, but just a little ahead of her. Now Alkitis has it to Borgsdorf. Borgsdorf up the near wing. Borgsdorf into the attacking third. Borgsdorf. And one touched over by McDonald. Sandstrom trying to get to it, but that pulled away by Sweeney. And that moved ahead to Collette. Collette arcs it right over the center of the pitch, back onto the near wing. Moved the head back over there by Pioneer. Here comes McDonald. McDonald up the near wing. McDonald trying to blast it, but that knocked down by Neuerberg. Popped up high, Nora Walsh with the header. Barnes trying to battle with Anderson. That goes out the far touchline. It's going to be a throw-in by Neuberg. So there's a Pioneer player down. So the trainer comes out. Again, we hope it's not serious, but Pioneer player down there getting treatment. Cannot quite say, is that Alkitis? I think that's Alkitis. It is. Alkitis is up, and she's going to be helped off the pitch. So again, she is very gingerly walking off the pitch. We hope that she'll be all right. 23-12 left to go here in the second half. 1-0 Pioneer with the lead. Now throw in by Saline on that far touchline. Knocked down by Pioneer. Sandstrom plays it off the body, but Harris moves it over. McDonald trying to send it ahead. Sandstrom trying to get to it, but knocked away by James before she can. Down the near touchline, Greener. Moved it over with that out the near touchline. Pioneer with the throw in by Marion. Borgsdorf back to get it. Borgsdorf has that popped away by Alexander. Stolen back by Marion. Marion moves ahead to Sandstrom. Sandstrom has it, but that pulled the other direction by Greener. Greener. And taken away. Moved over to Sandstrom. Sandstrom with a cross. It gets all the way over onto the far wing. Stanley has it. Stanley trying to keep it in. Ava Fortini ready for this next set piece. Raises her right hand. Right foot into it. Blasts it across. Now go all the way through the 18 over onto the far wing. Racing trying to get to it is Shemke. As that'll go out the far touchline. And it's going to be a throw-in for Saline as Neuberg has it on the far touchline. Ball played down. Stanley trying to poke it ahead. Sandstrom had it. That is going to roll out the end line. That is going to be a goal kick for Saline. No, they were just looking for a ball. Forgive me. Sorry, that was out the far touchline before it went out the end line. Sandstrom trying to move it over. Borgsdorf has it. Borgsdorf moves over to Ava Fortini. Ava Fortini trying to get past some traffic over to Stanley on the far wing. Stanley to Sandstrom, but that knocked away. Great defense by Saline. McEwen has it back in the middle third. McEwen at out the far line. McEwen with a quick throw in. I think they're going to say that was off a Pioneer, though, and that will be a Saline throw in on that far touchline. As we are halfway through the second half, 1-0, Pioneer with the lead. Popped up high. Borgsdorf trying to get to it. Nora Walsh has it. Coming down the far wing, Nora Walsh trying to feed it ahead. Knocked down and blasted deep into the defensive third. Burke will grab it on the end line as that was Barnes who fired it deep. There is a foul, and that's going to be a kick for Saline in a very advantageous position. Kick. Saline looking for the equalizer. Kaylin Sturms gets back. There's a whistle. Raises both hands. Arcs it into the 18. That headed by Nora Walsh and just to the near side of the post.
And under Pioneer substitution number 12, Quincy Beam.
So Beam in for Pioneer. The senior comes in, Quincy Beam. Burke ready for the kick with 18:37 left to go. Over to McEwen. McEwen has it over to Ortega. Taken away. That launched and grabbed by Burke. That was a blast by Barnes. Burke comes out to the edge of the 18. Burke motions everyone to go further down the pitch. Burke, arcing kick, headed right towards center, played down by Kaylin Sturms. That's going to be a whistle. That is going to be a kick by Saline. Still have it right at the center line. Moved over by Warden. Down the far side of the pitch, here comes Neuerberg. Neuerberg down the far touchline, trying to launch it into the 18. Grab by Burke. Burke comes out to the edge of the 18. 17:40 left to go here in the second. 1-0 Pioneer with the lead. Headed up by Sweeney, played down by Nora Walsh. Nora Walsh up the center of the pitch. Nora Walsh gets it over, pulled back by Alexander. Sweeney trying to move over to Kaylin Sturms. And Nora Walsh trying to get through traffic. That knocked away. Here comes Pioneer. Borgsdorf trying to feed it between two defenders. Here comes Sandstrom. Sandstrom puts it in as that is going to go. Oh, kicked out. Great defense. Never giving up on it was Harris. Harris did a heck of a job there. Played down by Borgsdorf. Sandstrom had it. Sandstrom moves it back over to Beam, and that will go out the near touchline. Saline with the throw in. Sweeney on the near touchline. Played down by Greener. That'll go out the near touchline. Throw in by Pioneer deep in the attacking third. Marion has it. Another substitution coming in. Anderson out for Pioneer.
Pioneer substitution.
I think that's
7,
Hayden in.
Sydney Hayden.
Battle for it. Sandstrom trying to get to it. That is a whistle, and that is going to be Saline with the throw-in. 16:22 left to go here in the second. 1-0 Pioneer with the lead. That kicked by Warden. Played down, McEwen trying to feed it ahead. Stanley moving over. Borgsdorf trying to get through traffic. That knocked away by Saline. Arced across by Bean. Sandstrom coming over to get to it. James knocking it. Sandstrom puts it in. Pioneer makes it 2-0 at 15:50.
Stop the clock. You're doing awesome. Sorry, no, you're awesome. I'm just trying to help. We have one big team here. Millie Sandstrom gets Pioneer's second goal.
So Sandstrom gets the insurance goal and Pioneer up 2-0. 15:45 left to go here in the second. That ball challenge. Stanley trying to get to it. Stanley moves over to Ava Fortini. Chip back. Borgsdorf trying to move it away. Alexander challenges. That ball over to Beam. Beam heads back towards the center of the pitch. Beam arcs it all the way down onto the far touchline. Grabbed there by Hayden. Hayden trying to get around Memes. Now Neuerberg moves it right back into the middle third. Collected by McEwen. McEwen over to Beam onto the near wing. Beam down the near touchline. Keeping it in is Borgsdorf. Borgsdorf with a cross. Ooh, that right off.
Earns a corner kick.
Right off of Warden. Pioneer gets the corner, but Warden gets a blast to the gut. That's no fun.
Quincy Beam has the ball for the service.
So Beam set in the near corner. 14:40 left to go. Beam raises the right hand, puts the left foot into it, headed back as that comes all the way in along the near wing. Beam has it. Beam fires it across, trying to get to it is Ava Fortini, but before she can, that goes out the end line, and that'll be a goal kick for Saline. James will get the ball and get it set as we head towards the 14-minute mark.
Amani Collette, number 17, enters the Hornets lineup.
Collette in for Saline. James gets it down, moves it over. They get it ahead to Sweeney. Sweeney brings it up the near side of the pitch. Sweeney trying to avoid pressure by Pioneer. Marion trying to move it the other way to Ortega. Ortega in a battle with Alexander, and Nora Walsh brings it away. That move back by Colette, back to Sweeney. Sweeney feeding it. Marion knocks it the other direction. Sweeney gets it again. Sweeney moves it over to Colette. Colette feeds it down the near side, but Marion knocks it right out the near touchline. Be a throw in right at center for Sweeney. Headed back the other direction by Pioneer. Sandstrom trying to get to it. Sandstrom has it in the attacking third. Knocked away and out the near touchline. There'll be a throw in for Pioneer. Frustration by Warden. She thought that she had knocked it off a Pioneer. Marion with the throw in deep in the attacking third as 12:55 left to go here in the second.
Now in for Ann Arbor, number 6, Lucinda Gubini.
Gubini in for Pioneer. Ball played down by Gubini, but Gubini moves it over to Stanley. Stanley all the way down onto the top of the 18 on the far side of the pitch. Battle with Memes. That moved back over to Beam. Beam. There's a cross, trying to get Ava Fortini, knocked away by Sweeney. Now Borgsdorf has it. Borgsdorf over to Ava Fortini. Top of the 18, Ava Fortini. Back over to Ortega. Ortega makes a nifty move, trying to get around Nora Walsh. Nora Walsh knocks it away. Marion gets it. Marion back over to Ortega. Now Ava Fortini avoids Memes coming ahead. That McEwen puts it over onto the far touchline. Gubini trying to get it over to Stanley, and that just deflected just away from her grasp, and that will be a goal kick for Saline. James over to get the ball. James gets it set. Over to Sweeney, that out the near touchline, throw in by Pioneer. Marion. Gets it over, Ava Fortini into the 18, headed by Saline back into the middle third. It's a foot race, Greener trying to get to it, but Marion pulls it away. Marion moves it and now go out the near touchline off of Pioneer. Quick throw in by Kaylin Sturms. Kaylin Sturms moves it over to Memes. Memes gets it back to Colette. Means has it on the near touchline. Means trying to move it over to Sweeney. Pulled away by Beam. Beam ahead. Beam gets it to Stanley. Stanley over to Borgsdorf. Borgsdorf has that knocked away by Sweeney. Now Beam trying to work her way around Alexander and pull back. Fired the other direction by Neuerberg. Here comes Saline, fired back. As Caleb Sturms trying to get to it. Burke launches it down the pitch. I believe that was an offside call, so that's going to be Pioneer with a kick. Pioneer on their own side of the middle third. Shemke moves it all the way across the pitch. Now Stanley trying to move it over to Beam. That knocked out the far touchline by Harris. Throw in headed by Beam. That goes onto the touchline and out. That will be a goal kick for Saline. 9:35 left to go here in the second. 2-0, Pioneer with the lead.
Bella Barnes, number 20.
Barnes in for Saline. Sweeney on the near touchline. Sweeney moves it back and then gets it back from Warden. The ball across. Fed down on that far touchline by Neuerberg. Neuerberg launches it towards center. That knocked away. Borgsdorf trying to get to it. Borgsdorf trying to move it around Alexander. dispossessed, heading the other way is Neuberg. All the way down the far touchline as that pulled back. Barnes had it. Centering attempt. Now that blasted and a goal. As I believe that was Means who got the goal, right? No. 17, Collette got the goal. So Collette gets it to a one-goal game at 8:38.
8:38 remaining, 2-1, Pioneer.
Ball all the way back. Now Borgsdorf trying to get to it on the near touchline. Marion feeds it ahead. Knocked down by Sweeney. Here comes Gubini. Gubini trying to get around Alexander. And moving it ahead. For some reason our scoreboard didn't update. I think I got that fixed on the broadcast now. Borgsdorf pokes it away as that's grabbed by James. James fires it ahead. Play down. Grab by Ava Fortini. Ava Fortini moves it over. Here comes Borgsdorf. Borgsdorf on that near touchline. Move back to Borgsdorf. Now Beam has it. Beam moves it across to Gubini. Gubini knocked away. Good defense by Saline as that launched by Neuenberg. And volleyed the other direction by McEwen. Lifted as that'll go all the way back. Burke will have it. Back in her own defensive third. 7:15 left to go. She'll pluck that up and roll that over. McEwen up the far side of the pitch. Hayden trying to get to it, but that pulled away back there. Good play by Saline. Launched into the 18, but that goes out to the far side of the woodwork. Goal kick for Pioneer. Burke gets it over to Shemke. Shemke back to Burke, trying to avoid Means. Over to McEwen. McEwen on the far touchline. She launches it down into the middle third. Battle there as Stanley trying to get to it. Knocked the other direction by Harris. Gathered up is Caitlin Sturms on the near touchline. They'll go out the near touchline. That'll be a throw-in for Pioneer with 6:14 left to go. That ball go out the near touchline. Headed up by Beam. Fed ahead there by Warden. Nora Walsh gets it over to Neuerberg. Stanley trying to knock that away. They'll go back deep into the Pioneer defensive third. Foot race for it. Hayden trying to get to it. That knocked out. And that is going to be a corner for Saline. Despite the protestations back there of Hayden, Saline will have a corner in the far corner. That is going to be Caitlin Sturms with the kick. 5:21 left to go. It's a one-goal game. Pioneer had a two-goal game, but Saline scored last. They're trying to get the equalizer. That ball in the 18, that kicked out, still loose on the end line, and that will be a goal kick. As Burke has it.
Marisol Bennett.
Bennett in for Pioneer.
Marisol Bennett, number 4, now in for Ann Arbor.
right foot into it. Nora Walsh heads it. Controlled by Saline, trying to get it over to Neuenberg down the far touchline. That went off of Pioneer player. That'll be a throw-in for Saline in the attacking third. Neuenberg with the throw-in. Kicked up high, but knocked right back as Nora Walsh has it. Nora Walsh trying to get it across to Colette. As a save, and covering it up is Burke. Right on the doorstep was Kaylin Sturms, but Burke steals the goal away. 3:53, Saline with a lot of pressure here in the last few minutes, especially after they got this game tied up. Battle for it right at center. Grabbed. Beam gets it over now, bringing ahead to Stanley. Stanley trying to make her way past traffic. Beam trying to get it past Harris. Now Gubini feeds it across. Grabbed by Sweeney. Sweeney heads the other direction for Saline. Played down by Ortega. Ortega gets it over to Ava Fortini. Ava Fortini trying to get it away from Colette. Whistle there. That's going to be a foul and a kick for Pioneer just outside of the attacking third. Stanley slow to get up. She's stretching out that leg. I hope she's going to be all right. Stanley up on her own power. 3:13 left to go here in the second. 2-1, Pioneer with the lead, but the last goal scored was by Saline. It's always a battle between these two teams. You knew Saline would continue to work hard and never give up. Stanley has played well all game long. She limps off towards the bench. We hope she'll recover soon. So Ava Fortini has the kick. It's about 7 yards inside of the middle third. Ava Fortini chips it on the edge of the 18. Sandstrom heads it up. Colette has it. That played back by Borgsdorf. Borgsdorf trying to get it over to Marion. Marion up the near side of the pitch. Marion with a cross and knocked down and blasted all the way back into the middle third by Saline. Means trying to get it over as Kaylin Sturms has it. That headed, and that'll go out the near touchline. That's going to be a throw-in. Caitlin Sturms had it. And trying to feed it over. For girls lacrosse, or Pioneer Women's Varsity Lacrosse at 6 p.m. And then Thursday, it will be a 5:30 game versus Huron here at Hallway Field. So 3-1, Pioneer beats Saline. Sorry about the internet connection. We'll do our best to endeavor to do better. Have a fantastic rest of your evening. 3-1, the final score. Unbelievable.